Blood Money was part of GBE, Glory Boys Entertainment, Chief Keef's label, the collective that was the institutional expression of the Englewood and Front Street and broader Southside creative world that Keef had emerged from. Being in GBE was not just a record deal, it was a family declaration. It said, "These are my people. These are the people whose lives I am willing to put my name next to, in public, on a commercial product, for the world to see." Keef put Blood Money's name next to his. That meant something. Blood Money was, by multiple accounts from people who knew him, someone with a genuine presence. Not a background figure, not a hanger-on. Someone with his own charisma, his own circle, his own established identity within the Front Street and GBE world that was independent of his cousin's fame, even as it existed alongside it. He had been building something, a career, a community standing, a life. On April 9, 2014, Blood Money was shot multiple times in the West Englewood neighborhood of Chicago. He was shot outside his family's home. Not in a random location, but in front of the place that is supposed to be the most protected geography a person has. He was shot in the chest. He was transported to the hospital. He did not survive. He was 30 years old. Now, the allegation, which has circulated in the Chiricology community for years, and which OBlock J. Hood went on record with publicly, is that King Von and T-Roy were responsible for Blood Money's death. OBlock J. Hood stated this in documented public footage that circulated in late 2023 and was revisited heavily in early 2026.
Crazy, because I be seeing this shit on YouTube. This guy got 800 bodies, this guy got 500 bodies. But you know, with Blood Money, they started putting suspects on them. Yeah. And it say something about a lady by the name of K.I. did something to Blood.
Lies. All fucking lies. Well, I don't even lie. Like, motherfucker need to stop giving her credit like that. Like, she ain't never killed nobody.
She ain't even like that.
But we understand, you know what I'm saying, the image that a woman would get just from being even a tomboy, anything tough, you know what I'm saying, masculine, dominant, whatever. But when it come to really, you know what I'm saying, slaying shit, and you know what I'm saying, swing her iron, I mean, yeah, she'll do that. I mean, I know kids will do that, but when we talking about shit like, you know, bees, no, she ain't, hell no, she ain't got no bees. I mean, if you know some shit, I don't know. I mean, I'm from this neighborhood. I don't know not one bee she got, but I mean, I know a couple altercations where she didn't, you know what I'm saying, let her iron off, swung her iron, of course. But no, she ain't never touched Big Bro. She ain't do shit.
Then you gotta think too, though.
No, she ain't, for sure she ain't touched
You gotta think too.
We ain't never been into it with them, bro, like that. Like, no, hell
she
no.
really finna do that, like, you feel me? But like, this the thing though, too, though, like, you know how the internet will throw shit in the friends. You gotta really ask yourself though, do you think she really that tough to walk up on a whole crowd of people and just like do that and get away? So you tell me, you feel what I'm saying? Like she ain't that gangster. Like you feel me? How he got killed was, you know, like you could, it's back doors, you feel me? So it's like, hell no, she ain't had nothing to do with that. Hell no, fuck no. But that's just how, wasn't nobody taking credit for it, you feel what I'm saying? So she felt, let me take credit, and you see what happened to her as soon as she did that, right?
Keep it 100, she, no bullshit. Go. She ain't never even take no credit though for them. I never seen her or seen
They put that shit on her. I was locked up around the time, you feel
exactly.
me?
You
so
just
I was
booked. They put that on her.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all see Chief Keef change Blood Money to his profile picture. And that speaks volumes. A lot of stuff speaks volumes. Y'all just be looking and don't be paying attention to what be going on, man. Y'all see all the stuff that's going on the internet. You got the BDs saying that they ain't listening to him no more. They ain't messing with him. He bogus, wooty woo. Then you got the Glow Gang members. They all in the comments saying we ain't mess with them anyway. And what you, as y'all can tell, man, they been separated. Like I've been said before, y'all don't pay attention, man. Folks been doing him. Young boy.
You talked about King Von and Sosa being good friends. Why do you think that Sosa hasn't really tweeted or really said a bunch of positive things or anything about King Von?
I thought I told you, Von robbed him for 2 guns. Von robbed Sosa for 2 guns. He took 2 guns from him. And so after you do that to a man, ain't nobody gonna trust you no more. Sosa don't trust the guys. Not only did that happen with him and Von, but when he got on, that was before Sosa was rich that happened. But when he got on, man, you feel me? Sosa ain't slow. That's what it is. He's not stupid. We might think he dumb, but it's a reason why he took the dudes that he took. He took them because they wasn't gonna try to overdo their position, but they'd have been happy and they was cool with letting him run the show and not trying to overdo it. Von them, stop it. You not finna, nigga, Von them gonna take that. Nigga, ain't no gonna be no you trying to, you who you is, boy. You know who we is. That's the spirit Von them got. You know we know who you is, boy, and you ain't know, you feel, that's how the guys be. And that's how I look at them like, bro, y'all look at them like they somebody because y'all see them on millions of views, bro. They just like y'all. That's all they is. But after that happened to Sosa, bro, Sosa just like he don't trust them. He not trusting the guys, bro. How you trust some niggas they ran in your crib?
Are you talking?
Von basically catching a blessing when he beat that body or whatever, and you said,
he caught a real blessing.
You said God basically probably God blessed him right there.
Blessed him, yeah, for sure.
Like you was speaking on, you would bring him to the O. Do you feel like that's out the picture now, or do you feel like maybe it's still, or you just looking at like, nah, you chose a side now? How you feel?
Been out the picture, man. Yeah. It's been out the picture, man. But been picked their sides, you know. They just waiting on. You know? Right. So now, I've been picked their side, man.
Right, so that shit out anyway.
It's love though, man. Yeah. It's big respect, love though, but don't be like that when you see it. Man. We gonna get next to you. We gonna be right there, so don't think you just doing it, man. It's us. It's GBG now.
His claim, Von and T-Roy, both OBlock, were behind the 2014 killing of Blood Money. This allegation is serious, it is specific, and it has been one of the central driving forces behind the current OBlock versus Front Street hostility. Front Street's position being, in significant part, that OBlock killed one of their own and has never been held accountable for it, and that subsequent OBlock figures like Big One-E disrespecting Blood Money's name represent a continuation of that original offense. But here's what the honest account requires. The allegation has been directly contradicted by the people closest to Blood Money. Blood Money's family, the people who loved him and buried him, and have carried the weight of his absence for more than a decade, have stated publicly that the killer of Blood Money has been dead since 2015. Not Von, not T-Roy. Someone else. Someone who is gone. Killed the year after Mario Hess was killed, in the specific way that these things tend to resolve in the South Side street landscape without ever going through the formal justice system. The person who was with Blood Money on the night he was shot, who was himself shot in the same incident and survived, also stated publicly that it was not Von and T-Roy, not OBlock.
People were trying to say that King Von backdoor Blood Money.
For what though?
They saying that Boss Top wasn't with Blood Money or some shit. I don't know.
It
was a rumor where they were saying that they were mad at Chief Keef for signing Blood Money over Boss Top, and he didn't get Boss Top a deal. So King Von and T-Roy. They be saying King Von and T-Roy killed Blood Money, and then they be saying K.I. killed Blood Money too. Those are the rumors online.
So that was enough because of Sosa signed Blood Money. That was enough for us to backdoor one of our own homies.
Right. That seems like a crazy explanation.
That sound dumb as hell. Like, that don't happen in the streets, bro. We gon' backdoor our homie because he got signed by bro and Top didn't.
They said it was some jealousy where I guess Boss Top thought he was the one that should have got the record deal or whatever, and then Chief Keef just gave it to his cousin, so niggas wasn't really feeling that.
Bro, how we was moving, Boss Top would have been the one to kill him. Cause we not finna backdoor our homie because you mad at him.
Yeah.
You hear me?
They do.
They think that his homies that's older than him know what's up, though.
I asked about you, folks.
Hey, you hear me, Ross gang? I could hurt their feelings, bro.
You always say that. What that mean, though?
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie. Nah, you can't really say that, Wani, because they really don't care at all. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They don't care.
Who, Ross?
Them, though.
Like,
you gotta know your person.
Who you talking about? Who don't care, Ross?
No, hell no. Different crowds,
I'm
talking about shorty them. Shorty them all different crowds.
Yeah.
The only motherfuckers who care about him, gang, is his crowd. Like the niggas who
You ready to get outside?
so
When
you
you
really
get off
making
our
this
tour?
shit on her like you just a threat to us or something, gang.
Hey, on Jado, nigga, when
You
I
ain't
was in
never
work,
did shit to
nigga,
my block,
look,
not nothing.
look, fuck all
Can
the
you say
bullshit,
that
nigga.
to
I'm in
me?
work release, nigga. I'm in traffic. I show y'all while I'm at. And
Gang,
I'm on the see him right
gang.
now.
Have you ever did something to Front Street?
Have I ever did something to Front Street?
Yes.
Yeah, I did something to Front Street.
Oh my fucking God, gang.
I'ma be all y'all ass. Hey, Durk, I'll kill you, bitch. I'll break your motherfucking jaw, boy. Tell your guys, baby, mama, stay on 57 too, nigga. I'ma body that bitch.
Blood Money had let Top see a watch, folks. This when we all dirty. This was Sosa and them first getting on. We first going up north to folks' crib. We pull up to folks' crib. We in a Vino. Folks used to be picking us up in these like big black van on King David. We in the driveway. All the guys getting out. Top the last one. I'm finna get out, folks. So Blood Money already out. He didn't ride with us. He pulling up in his own traffic, folks. He pull up, he see Top in a van. Top don't even get a chance to get out. I didn't even get a chance to get out yet. Folks walk clean up to the van. Peek in the van door. He slapped the door like, hey, folk, where my watch at? Top seen Blood pull up, folk. He had the watch on. He take the watch off, put it in his pocket on my son's life. Blood walk right up to the Vino. Where my watch? Woo. Folks, mercy, man. Oh, I left that bitch. My head getting f***ed up, folk, cause I just seen you take this off and slide it in your pocket. My head getting f***ed up, folk, cause I just seen you take this off and slide it in your pocket.
Fucking other block on the drive. Ain't no, fucking Front Street. What the fuck is a Front Street? What the fuck is a Front Street? How y'all Front Street gonna be front line? I'm saying right, cause we be sipping on blood and shit while we on the front line. On BD. It says. They ass extinct. They ass is extinct. Like I'm saying, what the fuck is the 400 East? You heard of them? Never. I ain't never heard of them. We don't know. We don't know what a TW is. The 400 East, Front Street, shit, Gyro. We don't know what nobody is. We don't know what they is. We don't know how nigga. We don't even know where the fuck they be hanging at.
This is documented. It is in the public record. Multiple community members on the Cheericology Forum, people with deep knowledge of the specific landscape, have noted that Blood Money's family has been clear about this, and that the allegation against Vaughn and T-Roy is disputed not by OBlock partisans trying to protect Vaughn's legacy, but by the people who actually knew Blood Money and who were there. And there is another layer. Chief Keef himself, who is Blood Money's cousin, who had every personal and familial motivation to hold OBlock responsible if OBlock were actually responsible, linked up with Lil Durk publicly after Blood Money's death. In 2022, the publicly documented meeting between Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and others from their respective worlds happened. Community members who understand the specific moral logic of this landscape have pointed out that this reunion would have been impossible if Keef genuinely believed that Durk's OBlock affiliates had killed his cousin. You do not link up with the people who killed your family. You do not put your name next to theirs on social media and in public spaces. The link up itself is, in the specific moral accounting of the Southside community, a statement about what Keef believed about Blood Money's death. Then there is the boss top dimension, and this is where the story takes one of its most unexpected and most human turns. In the period following Blood Money's death, OBlock's own boss top, a man who was positioned within OBlock's orbit and who had his own complicated history with the block's internal politics, went online and dissed Blood Money publicly. He made statements about the deceased man that Front Street received as a profound disrespect, and that set off a chain of reactions that continues to ripple through the current conflict. Here is what the documented community record reveals about how that happened. Chief Keef posted lyrics to a song on Instagram. Boss Top, reading those lyrics, believed that Keef was sneak dissing him. The specific line, "Stick you ass like Botox," Boss Top apparently read or misheard as "Stick you ass like Boss Top." He took it as a diss directed at him personally. He went online and responded, going at Keef, going at the GBE world, and in the process, going at Blood Money. When the full song came out, it was not about Boss Top at all. The line was Botox, not Boss Top. Boss Top had misread a lyric, concluded he was being dissed, and launched a public response that included disrespecting a man from Front Street who had been killed less than a year before. Whether Boss Top genuinely misread the lyric or used it as a pretext for a response he had already wanted to deliver, that is a question the honest account cannot resolve with certainty. What the record shows is the outcome, a public statement from an OBlock figure disrespecting Blood Money's name, rooted in what appears to have been either a misunderstanding or a decision to use a misunderstanding as cover for something that was going to happen anyway. And Front Street heard it. Blood Money's people heard it. Chief Keef heard it. The community heard it. The specific sequence, Blood Money killed in April 2014, OBlock alleged to have been responsible by J Hood and others, Blood Money's family disputing that allegation, and then Boss Top going online to diss Blood Money in the months that followed, created a narrative that, in the community's understanding, regardless of the specific truth of the murder allegation, positioned OBlock as people who did not respect Blood Money's memory. In the street moral framework, disrespecting the dead is its own offense, separate from and in some ways worse than the underlying conflict, because the dead cannot defend themselves, because the dead are supposed to be beyond the reach of the beef. When you diss someone who is dead, particularly someone who was young, who had people who loved them, who had a son, you are making a specific statement about how much you regard the humanity of the people on the other side of your conflict. One-E made that statement. Boss Top made that statement, and Front Street and Blood Money's son, a young man named Lil Blood, who grew up watching the people across the way disrespect his father's name, were paying attention. To understand the internal dynamics of OBlock, the specific tensions that made it possible for the Blood Money situation to escalate the way it did, you have to understand Boss Top. Because Boss Top is one of the most complicated figures in the entire OBlock story. Not complicated in the vague sense that all human beings are complicated. Complicated in the specific, forensically interesting sense that a man can be simultaneously a genuine part of a community, a source of significant internal conflict within that community, and a person whose specific decisions helped create conditions that made the broader conflict with Front Street far more volatile than it needed to be. Boss Top is from Parkway Gardens. He is not an outsider. He is not someone who arrived later and attached himself to the OBlock identity. He grew up in those buildings. He was there in the foundational years. He was part of the Parkway Gardens world before it had a name beyond its address. Here is the specific detail that is essential for understanding Boss Top's position within OBlock. Top grew up in Parkway Gardens. The people who became OBlock were his neighbors, his childhood companions, the people who formed his social world from an early age. The organizational affiliation, BD versus GD, was real and consequential in many contexts. But in the specific intimate context of people who grew up together, the personal bonds sometimes operated independently of and in tension with the organizational hostilities. Boss Top has spoken about Parkway Gardens in multiple documented interviews. His Vlad TV appearance, his interview with Cam Capone News, his Off the Porch interview. In those interviews, he has been candid about his own history and about his perspective on the block and the people who came from it. He has talked about the grief of losing people. He has talked about King Von's death with the specific emotional quality of someone who, whatever the tensions that existed between them, genuinely felt that loss. Because there were tensions between Boss Top and King Von. Documented, publicly verified tensions. Boss Top described a specific incident, a fight that occurred in front of OBlock, directly in front of the block, involving him and King Von. The two men, who both had claim to the OBlock geography, came into direct physical conflict. This is not a social media accusation. This is Boss Top himself describing it. The fight was real. And what the fight represents, beyond its specific physical dimensions, is the internal political reality of a block where a GD-affiliated man and a BD-affiliated man, both of whom had personal claims to Parkway Gardens based on where they grew up and who they came up with, were navigating the specific tensions that their organizational difference created within the shared geography of their community. Von was getting big. By the time of the fight, Von was not just a local figure. He was becoming a national and international figure, an artist whose storytelling ability and whose specific, forensically detailed lyrical approach to the events of his own life had made him one of the most critically and commercially successful artists to come out of the drill era. The resources and the attention and the credibility that came with that success were concentrated around Von. And the specific people who were closest to Von, people who benefited from proximity to his energy and his platform, were, in the perception of some OBlock members who felt differently positioned, the recipients of resources and attention that the block as a whole should have shared more broadly. J Hood, another OBlock figure who has been vocal in the public documentation of this period, went on record about a conflict with King Von over OBlock chains. The specific incident: OBlock chains that were supposed to represent the block were being given out, or not given out, in ways that J Hood felt were politically motivated and exclusionary. He argued with Von about it. The argument was about more than jewelry. It was about recognition, about who had the authority to decide who counted as genuinely from the block and who was positioned as peripheral. These internal OBlock tensions, the boss top conflict with Von, the J Hood conflict with Von over chains, the broader friction that attended the rapid and unequal distribution of success and recognition that Von's rise produced, created a political environment within OBlock that was more fractured than its public presentation typically acknowledged. And it was within that already fractured environment that the Blood Money situation landed, with Boss Top publicly dissing Blood Money, for reasons rooted in a misread Chief Keef lyric, or for reasons that went beyond that, misread and used it as cover. Front Street received a message from OBlock's orbit, and the message was, "Your dead don't mean anything to us." That is a message that a community does not forget.